4.
3, 2, 1. Boom. Welcome to Chills Fan Club. I'm your host, Sonny Carver, and it's my co-host, Alex Yoder.
Hi, I'm Alex Yoder. Absolute retard.
Today, we're going to be talking about 2 conspiracy theories. Not 3, because we want to do 9/11 in another episode, because that will take a long time, and there's like 5 million sections to that, literally. And I don't even know. Where do we start? Do we want
Okay,
to
so
first?
basically, let's get some background here. Sonny's a tinfoil hat enthusiast, dude. He really likes. Sonny really likes doing like conspiracy theories. He likes listening to this kind of stuff a lot. And he's like talked to me about some of it, but we haven't really gone into depth about it. He has a ton of conspiracy theories that he hasn't gone into depth with me about, so we just kind of want. He has 2 conspiracy theories today that he hasn't like poised his case for me yet, and I'm just going to basically react to it, and we'll see what we got here.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about conspiracies over like bonfires all the time. Those are literally my highlights of my life, bro.
Yeah.
I remember back in the summer, I was always like, dude, can we just have a reasonable discussion?
Yeah,
at a
reasonable
bonfire
discussion, dude.
every single day.
Okay, so Sonny, what are the 2 conspiracies we're talking about today, dude?
We have the moon landing conspiracy and JFK assassination conspiracy.
Some spicy
Which one should we
ones.
hop into first?
Whatever you want to do, man. It's up to you.
I figure we'll do moon landing first. Okay, before we start, I am not a scientist. I am not smart. I am not nothing. Everything I learned is from online and Joe Rogan. Okay. With that preface, so don't take anything I say as never mind. Take it as facts. Screw everything I just said. I'm whatever I'm spitting right here is gonna be mad facts, and you're gonna listen. Okay. So moon landing. I personally believe that we landed on the moon. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the moon landing in general?
Oh yeah, it definitely happened, no doubts. With that.
That's what you think?
Yeah, it for sure
100%.
happened. Yes.
Okay, that's fair. So I believe that we landed on the moon, but I think that we faked the footage because, like, my opinion, this is what a lot of websites say from Reuters and from other websites. They talk about how the gastral belt corrupts tape, and what's his name? Not Neil Armstrong, the other guy. What's his name?
Buzz Aldrin.
I don't know. Yeah, Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin talks about how their footage was corrupt and they couldn't use it. So, like, I'm just saying that's already like super weird.
That is pretty weird. Okay.
So have you seen?
Basically, what he's saying there is like, if they had corrupt footage, then how do we have the footage that's out today? Because it got corrupted in the gastral belt or whatever.
Corrupted.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
And that's coming from an astronaut as well.
That's coming from an astronaut. Yes,
but that's not factual evidence. That's just coming from a primary source of the astronaut.
Yeah, but there's been other researchers like that have used tape up in space, and so when they come back down, that it's corrupted.
It gets tampered. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, also, promotional video and promotional pictures of them like about to reveal their moon landing and crap, they were faked. Like, that's clear day. They were faked. Like, oh wait, we can't show it. Dang it. There's I have a picture right here. They're standing on like what appears to be the surface of the moon, but this article talks about how they faked. This is just training. This is just their training, and they blackened out the surroundings, and then made the floor more gradient, and then they used it as real footage. That's what they.
But that's just to like promote the moon landing, right?
Yep. And
so that's not the actual footage they were. But you're saying that like.
NASA claimed it to be real footage. Like
oh,
a real
really?
Picture. Yeah.
And it's weird. So how did we find out it wasn't? Do you know?
Because the person that made it, the person that was with their organization, came out and says that this was a faked footage, and then NASA made a statement on it saying that yes, this footage was.
Oh, so NASA even said it was faked.
Yeah, NASA's admitted a lot of things. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
But we got more stuff. Okay. So in this Reuters website I've pulled up, they talk about how this is one of their statements. NASA admitted in 2006 that no one could find the original video recordings of the July 20th, 1969 landing. No footage.
And that's that's the big one, right?
Footage is. Yeah, they literally have no clue where it's at. And then good news is that we found that's just so weird to me. like how do they lose the footage that is the most important thing ever? I literally think the footage was corrupted, and they're like, "Frick, we can't show this. You literally can't see a gosh dang thing." And they're like, "Crap, what do we do? Think, fake it, frick it." And then they fake it, and then they just put it out. Literally, you should look at the moon footage. It literally looks like they're just bouncing on wires.
Well,
I don't
because
know if you
there's
talked
like
about that.
wind, right? Too.
Yeah, there's wind. The thing, dude, if they were really in space, that flag wouldn't be moving a
Right.
thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's,
So what you're saying here is we have.
Oh, and there's also a shadow conspiracy about like how there's multiple shadows and stuff on some of the footage.
Okay.
But
But with
I feel like that
what
one
you're
isn't
presenting
good.
right now is you're saying that we faked the footage of the actual moon landing, but we went to the
Yep.
moon.
Yeah, I believe we went to the moon. I think that.
So you think NASA just freaked out once they realized that their footage was
their
bad,
footage
and they're
sucked.
just like,
Yeah,
well,
they couldn't
like
see
we
anything.
promised footage or whatever, so we're gonna put this out and say that this was it, when in reality this was faked.
Yeah, I honestly, this is my legit opinion. I think they might come out and make a statement one day. Like,
Yeah,
soon. There's
because
so
like
much
they haven't yet, right?
circumstantial. Yeah, they
They
haven't
still
made, like, a
claim it's
complete
100% authentic.
Yeah, they haven't, but they said so many things.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why would they admit that they don't have original footage? Like
That is
where
pretty
it?
stupid of them, yeah.
Like where is anything? They also admit that they don't have the same technology, dude. It's so weird. Here's another thing. Where is this?
It's like we're missing footage. They've already admitted to faking stuff that they said was real in the past. And from experts' advice, they believe that footage cannot return back from Earth without being tampered with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that one's to me. I feel like that's case closed.
That's pretty concrete. If you take all those, like, if you take all that evidence as fact, that's pretty solid, yeah. And I feel like that's realistic too, because it's not like some crazy conspiracy about like the government trying to kill all of us. It's just like NASA kind of messed up, realized like how important this would be to like the Cold War, and basically just said like, okay, well,
they basically needed to win over Russia, right? They were having a race to the moon. That's what they called it, right?
Yeah, and that was like almost genuine war.
And JFK was like, we are going to be the first people on the moon. So they were like, frick, we got to make this crap good.
Well, also, yeah, the Cold War was really high stakes for sure.
Yeah, and I guess we can touch this a little bit. Operation Paperclip, because Paperclip is the one that introduced Nazis to like our top officials because they were freaking.
I have no idea
right?
what Paperclip is. Would you like to explain that a little bit?
Oh, yeah, Operation Paperclip. Here, I have a thing pulled up about it. It was a secret program of the Joint Intelligence Objective Agency, largely carried out for special agents from the Army, CIC, whatever that is, in which they recruited 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians, such as Werner von Braun, Werner von Braun is the head of NASA, which he's the guy that like led the entire NASA charge and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's some mad conspiracies about him too. I want to talk about him so bad.
Well, we can do this like more often. This can be a common thing if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah. So, basically, many of them are former members and still leaders of the Nazi party. So, literally, if you research Werner von Braun, he was Hitler's literally his right hand man.
Yeah,
dude, but he would do everything for him. He would build rockets. He would build things he would build chambers. He did so many bad things. It's like, what are we like? I don't even know what we were thinking. But
my understanding of that, right, is that like basically we said either A, you can like receive all these war crimes or whatever, or B, you can come work with us and like help us. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of a smart move, like. Yeah. Nazi Germany was way smarter than the US was technology-wise. Like, they might as well take what we can get from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we basically we got them just for like the advantage of the Cold War and the space race.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah. I feel like we did pretty good on that one.
Yeah. I think that was pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next you have JFK's assassination, yeah?
Yes, we have JFK's assassination. Dude, this one is so good, dude.
This is spicy.
I literally thought about this one.
I've heard more about this one than the moon landing. I think I've heard a decent amount about this.
everyone says, literally everyone and their dogs say like, oh, Lee Harvey Oswald didn't act alone. Lee Harvey Oswald was the one that supposedly killed JFK.
Yeah.
That's from the CIA. That's like their official report and everything.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this guy is just a Marxist, freaking communist, and he just wanted to kill this guy so bad. Couldn't
Because
handle it.
so
That
he
was the
defected from the
explanation.
military. Some background on Lee Harvey Oswald is he defected from the military. He was a Marine. He was a sharpshooter in the Marine Corps, and he defected and then basically tried to move to Russia because he
Yeah,
was
moved
all
to
about
Russia,
that
got a
communism.
wife.
Yeah. So
He got a wife.
he got a wife there, and basically
He
he was
came
just really he came back. He was really about communism and stuff. He came back, and the weirdest part is he was actually maybe you'll touch on that, but like he was being like he was under like suspect by I can't remember if it was the CIA or FBI, but like they had him on like a watch list or whatever.
Yeah,
Have you
they
heard
have a
of?
lot of Marx. Yeah, they have like a back in the day, that was when like they were scared of communism and Marxists and stuff. So they would any like Marxist or communist, they'd be like on close watch by the CIA or
Right.
FBI. I can't remember if it was CIA or FBI.
Yeah.
But
And then they just let JFK like parade through there with all those
I know,
different
dude.
windows. It's kind of crazy.
Oh,
All
dude,
right.
there is so many things. Like they had a route. Have you heard about this? They had a route that we were supposed to go on.
Hmm.
I didn't write about this in my notes, but they had a route that they were supposed to go on. But last second, like the day before, they changed their route to go on more like curves,
Yeah.
which they
Yep.
said they didn't want to do. They wanted to go on a straight shot, and then they just at the end they decided to curve it right where Lee Harvey Oswald, boom, boom.
And the intelligence
Weird.
agencies weren't like clear on it. I can't remember who put it together, if it was the FBI or the CIA, but like they
The
didn't
CIA.
tell the other one about it. Basically, they didn't say
Oh,
that they
yeah,
were
yeah, I
switching
remember that.
routes. Yeah,
That's so weird, dude.
yeah, that is really
I don't
weird.
know why you don't do that.
You'd
Like, you
think
should
that would be
protect-
like the first thing you do, right? Is tell the other agency. You'd be like, "Yo, dude, like
Literally.
we're swapping routes here," but they just didn't tell them at all.
I don't know, dude. That's so crazy. I remember that. That's just it. Literally baffles me still.
That's whack.
Okay,
Okay, but let's hear
so-
your case. Let's
Let's
hear
do a
what you
little bit
got.
of background. So JFK, like the upcoming weeks before his assassination, he got on his desk a paper called Operation Northwoods. So a little bit about Operation Northwoods. It was a proposed false flag against it was a proposed false flag operation against the Cuban government that originated with the U.S. Department and the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States government in 1962. The proposals called for the CIA or other U.S. government operatives to both stage and actually commit acts of terrorism against American military and civilian targets, blaming on the Cuban government. And then it justifies them to go to war for Cuba. That was their whole spiel in this.
That's really crazy.
So, yeah, here's some of the things that it said in here that they would do. Possibly detailed in the document that they would use assassinations of Cuban migrants, sinking boats of Cuban refugees at the high seas, hijacking planes to be shot down or give the appearance of being shot down, blowing up a U.S. ship, orchestrating violence of terrorism in U.S. cities. The proposals were rejected by John F. Kennedy a week before his assassination.
That is pretty nuts.
This is from the CIA. This is CIA Joint Chiefs of Staff, and then they're like coming up with this, throw it on his desk and be like, "Yo, what do you think?" And he's like, "Nah, not for me, bro." And he dies a week later.
So what that makes me think is I feel like I don't think that'd be like I mean maybe it would be. I don't think the CIA would like act alone on that, but I feel like bureaucrats like rich people would that like benefit from war and stuff would 100% like be like, "Yo, CIA, like if you kill JFK, like he just declined this Operation Northwoods or whatever, right? Which makes it so that we can't continue going to war, which means us as rich people can't profit. We'll pay you a very large amount of money or whatever." I feel like the bureaucrats behind the scene definitely have a lot of more influence than we give them. So I feel like that's who it would be. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, I agree with that. So with this is where it comes to where I'm gonna pull up my dog. So he says no to this. What's crazy about this is the U.S. Department of Defense, Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the CIA make this up, right?
Mhm.
So it's
Operation
blaming on
Northwood, right?
everyone. Yeah, this is
Okay.
everyone's pushing this. Everyone's pushing this on Kennedy, and then Kennedy like rejected all proposals. He's like, no, this is stupid. So what's weird about that is that a week later he dies. That's basically that's the only correlation that's weird about it. And so back to now why I think it's weird, and there's other holes with it, like with Lee Harvey Oswald as well. But this could be explained away, but it's kind of you kind of make up what you think about it. So multiple shots were fired, 3 shots to be exact, and he in very fast succession. It was like if you watch the video, it's intervals of like 0.4 to 0.5. It's really fast. 0.5 seconds. It's really fast. And you need a bolt action rifle, so you need to crank that every time you shoot.
Right.
Which you can do.
Yeah,
I've seen videos.
I wouldn't.
You have to go like boom, crank, boom.
Yeah.
2 of those, and there's also what do they call it? The mystery bullet. Like it kind of like
the magic
weaved
bullet.
Weird. Magic bullet. That's what
The
they call it.
magic bullet is
Like,
really weird. Yeah.
It weaved weirdly and hit a guy at a different angle that shouldn't.
So they
hit
say
the
it went.
driver.
Yeah, no. So they say it went through like the first bullet. So 2 bullets hit JFK, right? The first bullet that hit him was in like it went through his neck. It wasn't fatal. It was the shot after that hit him in the head that was fatal.
Yeah,
But so the
pumped him.
first shot went through his neck, and then it says that the CIA genuinely claims that it went through his neck, shot down through
neck, yeah.
the governor's back, and then went through the governor's back through his like right
Leg.
hand, and then embedded in his leg. Which, like, if you like look at it visually, it's such a
looks
very
so
odd
weird.
projection of like where the bullet would go, but it is definitive because like the governor and JFK both had wounds where like that would be. So that's what would have had to have happened if it was that bullet. But like, yeah, it's really, really weird the way that it goes.
And after all this ordeal happened, whatever, Rudy, he just kills him. So we can't interrogate this guy. We can't do nothing about that.
Oh yeah,
Which-
so Lee Harvey Oswald got killed right after
Yeah,
the
he just got-
assassination.
Yeah,
He just got murdered. He
from
got shot.
Rudy or whatever this guy is.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
guy named Ruby or whatever.
So that makes me think that it was a CIA cover up. I think that he was in on it. He was like, "Oh, this
Ruby?
is freaking good." Yeah. Well,
Or
I think-
Oswald.
Yeah, I think Oswald was in on it.
Right.
So Oswald was planning like, okay, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna go to jail. They're gonna get me out. I'm gonna go on some island with Epstein and party. That's what he's thinking. So even though Epstein was like 12, I don't even know. But I think it was a CIA cover up,
Mhm.
and I think that they made a deal with Lee Harvey Oswald, and they kind of gypped him and killed him, so they would just cover their tracks and be chilling. It's
I could,
There's so many like nothing here is like definitive. but
Yeah.
There's so many circumstantial evidence that like leads me to believe to that. Where I'm just like, okay.
What's also
probably something
really
going on
interesting,
there.
like to build that case, I don't know if you know anything about this, but so you're saying that Operation Northwood that was to Cuba.
Mhm.
So
Cuban government.
this was
wanted
like the
to
time
move against them.
Fidel Castro was in office, right?
Yes,
And so they're really communist, right?
basically.
So I think like interfering with Cuba at this time, I think it was like during a revolution, and I think that like if we interfered like that, they would have been like it would have been easier for the communist revolution to push through Cuba, which it ended up pushing through Cuba anyways. But if I'm like if I remember correctly, if Operation Northwood were enacted, it would have made it so that like it would have given an advantage to the communist like revolution
Yeah.
in Cuba, which is interesting considering Lee Harvey Oswald was such a advocate for communism. Even if he was with Russia, communism is still communism, you know? So
Yep. Everything you said there was true.
that's interesting for sure. I feel like it could definitely have been. Yeah, I feel like no. I mean, like obviously none of this is factual, right? So it's all just
Yeah.
thinking. But I don't think it would be too much of a
It's-
stretch.
Well, it's not factual. It's
Right.
just circumstantial
Yeah.
evidence
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
slapping together.
Yeah. But I definitely feel like I could see this being some shady bureaucrat thing where the rich
Yeah.
people pay the CIA to get him assassinated. Basically, I could definitely see that.
This all literally just bolsters the military-industrial complex.
I
I mean, that's what they want.
I would
They
be
want to keep
curious to
control.
understand, because okay, so they killed Kennedy, but Kennedy's VP was LBJ at the time, right? Johnson.
Mhm.
I'd be curious to
Lyndon
see
Johnson.
what Johnson's policies on
War.
were, to see if he was more
Mhm.
pro-war. If that were true, then that would really solidify the case for me. I feel like that would make it 100% for me.
Yeah.
But I'd have to
I
look
agree.
into it. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we touched pretty good there.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. Okay.
Decent
So
stuff. We could go
also
way deeper though.
this is our first episode, so I kind of wanted to just touch on what you guys can like expect from this podcast in the future. So as a little background, I'm Alex Yoder. We said that already. And this is Sonny Carver. We both just live in Utah. We're just two friends that basically got bored during quarantine. We've had this idea to do a podcast forever, so we just decided to kind of throw it together,
Yeah.
put some actions behind our words for once in our life because we've got the time to do it now. So hopefully, I don't know, like I want to do this a lot more just because I enjoy it. I think it's fun. And so I'd like to be doing this with Sonny like maybe once a week, put out an episode if we can.
Oh yeah. Dude,
And
the dream is just to have a room, man. I just want a room.
a room with a mic, dude.
Yeah, room with a mic and a monitor, and then have Abe chilling in the back. That's all I want.
Yeah, Abe's the homie, dude. Abe's actually in this call right now. He's just
He's what Jamie is to Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, so also if we're not like clearing anything up well enough, Abe is like our first, he's almost like a live audience, so he can hear what we're saying, and if we're not making sense, then he can like ask a question, we can try and clarify it. I feel like that'll help for the listening
Mhm.
experience for you guys. So yeah, no, but what we'll talk about, it will be really anything. Conspiracies, we definitely want to talk about ghosts. Ghosts is
Yes.
definitely a big thing. We're called Chill's Fan Club for a couple different reasons, but we just want to chill and hang. But like one of the reasons for sure is the scary YouTuber Chills, who does the top 15s. He's kind of like a god in our eyes, even though some of his videos are
he's a meme,
questionable.
bro.
Yeah, he's kind of a godly figure in our eyes. So, but yeah, ghosts definitely talk about politics, conspiracy theories, life, girls, really just anything we want to talk about, we will talk about. But
Dude, wait, can we touch on that actually?
touch
we got
on
a
what,
little bit
man?
more time. I want to touch on the Instagram posts right now, just very briefly.
Very
This will
briefly.
be the last thing.
outro.
This will be it. Abe, do you have an opinion? I saw you on mute.
No, I don't have opinion. It's all you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're barely on Instagram. I forgot, dude. Okay. I don't even have my phone. Oh wait, I don't have my phone. Dang it. Okay, girls. So
It's not
got
just
canceled.
girls.
okay, that's true. I follow like 0 boys, so I don't even know.
Sonic's
completely
ladies,
honest.
man, bro.
Yeah, but I'm genuinely serious. I've never seen a single boy post about this. I only see girls. Maybe it's just I'm not looking.
I've seen like a couple
Post
story
out.
posts, but I've never seen like
What
an
is-
actual post.
What is it?
So
Okay, so you want to explain, or do you want me to explain?
no, go ahead, Sonny.
Okay. So these girls. Okay, I'm generalizing. Okay, there's some boys. All right. They go like this. We've been making fun of this for like a week because we knew that school was going to be canceled completely, and then we're
Yeah, so school's completely canceled in Utah due to coronavirus. We're done for the rest of the year, and so me and Sonny are both seniors.
Yeah, so this is our graduation year. This is the year we're supposed to be getting lit, right? And these girls, I'm generalizing, I know, but they post in their story like, coronavirus has taken everything from me. 2020 has been such a bad year, but I have learned so much. Thank you all. You guys have been great, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Dear high
Dude.
school class of 2020, we've had some crazy ups and downs, but above anything else, I just want to know that I'll be missing you guys. I'll be missing pizza in the cafeteria. I'll be missing being late to class or getting caught for being on my phone in class. Like, dude, nobody cares.
Sucks so bad, bro. No one. Literally, the only reason why they're mad is just because they can't socialize and because they're not seeing girls 24/7 or not seeing boys 24/7, and they're not getting the attention that they got. That's just a quick take from me. Changed my mind.
Yeah, I mean, because realistically, if you ask any of these people, like, it's crazy that they just think they've had this like absolutely existential, like,
Crisis.
evolution too.
Dude,
Like,
my
they
mom
they
even
genuinely
thinks-
think they're like a changed
Done.
person.
This is it. This is the end of the world. My mom was like, dude. So she bought me like those 2020 stuff, like you have to buy your crap. She bought me like some weird shirts and like a token or whatever. I don't even
Sure,
know.
yeah.
She's like, this is gonna be worth a lot of money someday. I'm like, are you freaking bro? We just got canceled. It's not like this is not World War III, mom.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like for me personally,
Kinda
I
funny.
genuinely like. I don't care. Like mail me my diploma. I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't get to walk purely because that's a 4-hour ceremony where you just stand there. Like I
True.
don't care.
True.
I genuinely
Dude,
don't
I remember
care.
my brother's ceremony. I got so bored, dude. I was playing Clash Royale. I literally played Clash Royale the entire time. I literally didn't care. And my mom, put it down, clap. I was like, good job. This is amazing.
And it's okay.
It's so
I'm
cringe.
gonna get shade for this too. Like we're pulling out the controversy
really,
episode 1,
frick.
dude. But like, it's not a monumental occasion to graduate high school. Like
True.
realistically, it's not that hard. If you go to class, you
Yeah.
can graduate high school.
Basically, unless you have like a mental illness, but other than that,
So
you should be fine.
these people are just making it out to be like the most important thing in the whole entire world, and they're like saying how much they love it and stuff. When this whole time, the past
Yeah.
12 years, everybody
Dude.
has been complaining about how much they hate it and how terrible
So
it is.
true.
And then
Okay,
it's quote
also-
unquote stolen from them, and now it's the most important thing
yeah,
in the world.
It's stolen from me, bro. Dude, I want. It's like Instagram, all this crap, Snapchat. It literally brings. I think it's like a perfect place for people. I don't want to say extroverts. They just like love all the attention that they get.
Yeah.
And I'm generalizing freaking hard, okay? I'm just saying girls because us boys don't do it. They post on their stories so much. Post TBHs. They post, I'm
YOLOs.
bored. Hit me up. Like, oh my gosh, dude. I've not posted a single thing on my story in months. This is the first. I just posted the podcast thing today just because you posted it.
Yeah.
I don't post nothing, bro. It's so cringe to look for attention on this dumb app, and people get warped. Like I feel so bad for unpopular people or people that aren't like 10 out of 10 hot or cute as frick. They just like they're like suffering, man. And
Yeah.
they're just looking at all these people and they're posting like how hot they are, and they're like, frick me, dude.
Well,
No boys talking
it's
to me.
also,
No girls
like,
talking to me.
it's like a peer pressure, like popularity thing too, because like you can't name one quote unquote loser from the school that posted like, dude, I'm gonna miss it so much. It's all the popular people.
True though. Wait, are we losers?
Yeah, we're
Abe,
losers.
what's your input on that? Abe, are we losers?
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're losers, dude.
Frick.
It happens, but listen, like it's still just so crazy. Like the only reason these people are posting this, they're sheep. Like I genuinely don't think that the majority of these people are going to miss high school, but they feel pressured into like, if I don't post this, I'm gonna look like some
I'm gonna be
heartless person
socially
that hates my school, and I'm gonna be socially unaccepted. Exactly. Yeah. So that's just all social media does to you. We should have an
Dude,
episode completely
respect.
dedicated to social media, Sonny, because
Yeah,
I think we both have some strong opinions on that as well.
we do. I respect the people that have nothing. Those guys are lit. I've
Yeah.
talked to some people. I've talked to like some girls that don't have anything, and they're literally the best.
True.
They like actually, they're like real classic women. Oh,
If social media wasn't like quintessential to being able to communicate with my friends, I would delete it
true.
instantly.
Yeah,
That's
literally. I haven't. Dude, watch this. You know what? I'll do it live. Hold up. Watch this. Ready? Going to Snapchat right now. You want to see the last girl I texted?
Yeah.
See how long ago it was? Cambry. Oh wait.
yo, dude.
Oh shoot. Frick. 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, dude. And she was asking for homework answers.
Oh no, dude. Hey, it happens, dude.
I only type in Chills Fan Club and Quack, bro. That's literally the only things I use Snapchat for. And Instagram, I just use it if I'm like using the toilet, man.
Right.
This is good. I
All
liked
right.
it.
Yeah. Well,
I
you.
think that's a wrap.
I think that's a wrap, man. Yeah. So we'll definitely be looking for
be back.
episodes about ghosts, about social media, about Sonny being a loser and
Life.
not being able to get girls.
Oh, dude, come on.
Yeah. Just
Dude, I'm literally drowning in the girls right now. I don't know. Check though.
if you're not following me on Instagram, dude, I'm plugging myself right now.
Yeah, plug it. That's fine. I mean,
Go ahead and go to alex.yoder on Instagram. I'll be posting stuff on my stories whenever we go live, or whenever we're adding a new episode. And hopefully we'll have episodes on Spotify and YouTube. That's what's
Yeah.
planned right now. And hopefully we'll be able to move to Apple Music and like Apple Pods soon as well.
Frick Apple. We'll talk about that.
So yeah,
I freaking hate Apple. Yeah.
thanks for
Oh, yeah,
tuning
I need
in.
to plug I need to plug too.
Oh yeah, Sonny, plug, bro.
Sonny Carver. One word. One word.
How
That's
how
it.
you spell
This is
Sonny,
a-
man?
SONNE.
Okay, cool.
This has been amazing. Thank you guys for coming, and it's a wrap. Peace.
Nice, dude. Nice, dude. Nice, dude. Nice, dude.